I feel extremely happy to welcome the viewers of my YouTube channel for yet another video, that is controllability and observability. In the last video, we have discussed how to solve state equations. If we solve state equations, what we get are the states. That means we know the status of n states. From the status of n states, what we can see is the output, because output depends on the states. Therefore, we have stressed the importance of the states in the sense that output can be measured quite easily with the solution of state equations. We have also emphasized in that video that these states are helpful in controllability and observability. In this presentation, we will see how the states are useful in assessing the controllability and observability of systems. Let me move to the presentation straight away. So the learning objective is to assess the controllability and observability of systems. First, let us discuss what is controllable. As per the definition, a system is said to be completely controllable if it is possible to transfer all the n states of the system from the initial state x of t naught to any other desired state x of td in specified finite time by a control vector u of t. To make the learners understand this in a better way, let us take a classroom situation. For example, there are 60 students in a class. We are handling a particular course. Let us assume that all the 60 learners have got some knowledge in that subject. Now, the teacher or the course instructor, gives input to the learners for a specified number of hours based on the syllabus. Definitely, if it is possible to transfer the knowledge of all the n students from their initial values to some other value in that definite time period, that means the teacher is successful in converting his input or her input in terms of transfer of the knowledge of the students from their initial states to some other states. The same thing happens in controllability. I think I have made the learner very clear what is controllability. To understand this from the control system point of view, let us consider state equations x dot equal to ax plus bu. Now, we can understand that the system is completely controllable just by finding the rank of a matrix called controllability matrix, a composite matrix. So we can see the composite matrix. We have to find out b, a, b, a square b, etc., a n minus 1b. This we have to find out the rank. How to find out the rank? We know if the determinant of the matrix is non-zero, or if the matrix is not a singular matrix, then the system is completely controllable, in which case the order of the matrix is equal to the rank of the matrix. That is what written here. If determinant of QC is not zero, system is completely controllable, and rank of the controllability matrix is n. We can also say if there is no pole zero cancellation in the transfer function, completely system is controllable. That is, complete controllability exists when there is no pole zero cancellation. That means let us assume that system has got some poles and zeros. We know what are poles and zeros. If none of the poles cancels zeros, then definitely we can write the state model in such a way that the system is controllable. Okay. Now let us move on to another important aspect, observability. Right. A system is said to be completely observable if every state can be completely identified by the measurements of output over a finite time interval. Let me explain this particular aspect with the help of an example. Again, the same classroom environment. Suppose I find out the output or I find out the outcome in a particular course. The outcome of the students, course outcomes of the students in a particular course or performance of the students in a particular course. If it is possible to find out the performance of the students in a semester, right, by means of some tests, whatever we conduct, if it is possible to obtain what students would have got initially from the performance of all the students, that is, I am able to identify what is their initial knowledge level based on the performance of the students at the end semester examination. If it is possible for one to identify the initial status of all end students, the system is completely observable. That's all. That means we can measure. So consider state equation x dot equal to ax plus bu, output equation y is equal to cx plus du. To make this understand from control system point of view, like controllability, we have to find out the rank of a composite matrix Q naught, where the matrix is formed with transpose of C and transpose of A. That is, if the rank of the matrix CT, ATCT, AT square CT, etc., AT to the power n minus 1 CT, if the rank of the matrix is n, where n is the order of the system, that means if the determinant value of the matrix is not 0, that means if the matrix is not singular, system is completely observable. Therefore, the rank of the matrix is equal to order of the system. We can also say the system is completely observable if there is no pole zero cancellation in the transfer function. Therefore, the last statement coincides with the last statement in the controllability. Let us understand this controllability and observability still better. Duality between controllability and observability. I think physics people would have understood about the duality nature, right? Duality nature of a particle. So a particle can also be like a wave or a simple particle. Like that, duality means the same system exhibits two properties simultaneously. So a system is completely controllable if and only if its dual system is completely observable or vice versa. That means I am taking a system S1, I am taking another system S2. For example, S1 completely controllable means dual system S2 is completely observable. Suppose S1 is completely observable means dual system S2 is completely controllable. Okay, I am putting some words you may not be able to understand. Let me explain this in a better way. For example, S1 is described by a state model x dot equal to ax plus bu, y is equal to cx. This is the original system. Let us take S2 as the dual of S1 and we will use some other notations. The state equation z dot is a to the power t z plus c to the power t into v, n is equal to b to the power t into z. Where z is the state vector of dual system, v is the input vector of the dual system, n is the output vector of dual system. We can see x dot replaced by z dot, x replaced by z, u replaced by v, y replaced by n, x replaced by z, just to differentiate the two systems. Right. Now for a system S1, the composite matrix QC1 and Q01, which are used to test the controllability and observability, are given by these two equations or these two matrices or these two expressions. We know very well. We have already seen in the last two slides. Now forget about the system S1. We will take the dual system S2. Now if you see here, the A is replaced by a power t. and B is replaced by C power T, C is replaced by B power T. Therefore, wherever I write A and B, wherever I write A and B, that is B, AB, A square B, etc., a to the power n minus 1B in the original system. Now, B in the place of B, CT. So, CT. Then I have to have AB. Therefore, A to the power T into C to the power T, etc. A to the power T n minus 1 C to the power T. Similarly, observability. Observability means original system CT. So here C is BT. Therefore, this is C. Therefore, transpose of a transpose is original matrix. Therefore, B. Similarly, AT into CT. Right. So AT into CT. So what is AT actually? This transpose. Therefore, we have to find out transpose of this. Transpose of AT is what? A. Then I should check CT. Original system means CT means original CT. That means here dual system BT transpose, which is B. Therefore, we can see that controllability test of original system is same as observability test of dual system. Observability test of original system is same as controllability test of the dual system. That is what I have clearly mentioned. Equations 1 and 4 are same. Equations 2 and 3 are same. That is, these two are same. These two are same. Therefore, if S1 is controllable, dual system S2 is observable. S1 is observable, dual system S2 is controllable. I think I have made very clear the concept of controllability and observability. I have also emphasized what is the duality between the two concepts. To understand this controllability and observability, let us see a numerical example. It's very simple. For a system described by the following state model, check if it is controllable and observable. So the state model is given. So from this we can find out A, B, C. So we know what is controllability test. So we have to find out the QC matrix and rank B, A, B, A square B. Therefore, we have to find out A square, say A into A, then AB, A square B, all that we know, all these are simple matrix multiplication. After that, we have to simply substitute whatever we have determined for B, AB and A square B. B is already known. So AB we have determined, A square B we have determined. So this is A square B, this is AB. So you simply substitute here, find out the determinant value of QC. We can find that it is non-zero, therefore system is controllable. Rank is therefore is equal to the order of the matrix. In case this is 0 means system is not completely controllable, therefore it is not possible to transfer all the three states from their initial value to the final value by application of unconstrained control vector U of t. Let us see the observability in the same way. So observability test. So we have to find out CT, AT, CT, all that. So we have done it simply by substituting the respective matrices and finding a transpose square, and then multiplication. So finally the composite matrix Q naught has to be determined and its rank has to be determined. If we find the determinant of Q naught, we can say that it is -2, which is non-zero. Therefore, it is completely observable. That means it is possible to identify all the initial states, that is 3 states, from the knowledge of output over a period of time. Therefore, rank of the matrix is equal to order of the system, which is equal to 3. So I think I have made the learners very clear with the concept of controllability, observability, duality, and how to assess the controllability and observability. If the system is completely controllable, it is possible to do the pole placement as per the desire. See, normally we will place the poles according to the desired specifications, because we have seen in the regular control systems lecture series, second order system, to get the desired specifications, we have to change the poles. And we have also discussed in detail about the location of closed loop poles in stability also. So we know very well that if the system has to respond as per our desire, then we have to properly place the poles. That pole placement is possible if the system is completely controllable. Second thing, observability. if we can measure only certain states in a system, for example, system has got some output speed, torque, like that we have some outputs. Suppose I am able to measure speed and position, but I am not able to measure torque because of the non-availability of the proper sensor. In that case, the torque can be measured in terms of the current. If the current is the state, then torque can be measured in terms of the current. Therefore, in that case, if the system is completely observable, it is possible to measure even unknown states which cannot be measured using the concept of observability. So that is where the observability plays a crucial role. So I think I have completed presentation of all the necessary modules required for control systems prescribed at the undergraduate level for EEE, ECE, E&I, instrumentation control and other allied branches. I have left out some of the gate modules because of the coverage of this state space analysis. In fact, I have not done state space analysis in detail as it is covered in the textbook because it is only one chapter in the control systems. So those who want to do the advanced control theory or system theory, they have to refer such books which cover in detail the state space analysis, controllability, observability, pole placement, nonlinear systems, etc. So till I meet you in the next module, thank you and goodbye.